Hello, welcome back, and today I would like to warn against the common misinterpretation of the heritability statistic. Basically, what proportion of variance in a trait is due to variance in genes. A lot of people tend to mistake high heritabilities as a trait being deterministic. You see, a great example of this has to be muscle mass and body fat. You see, BMI in certain studies has shown heritabilities as high as 90%. However, anybody who's been to the gym for a long time or has watched shows like My 600-Pound Life, stuff like that, knows that it's very malleable. Your BMI can change. It's not like a completely unchangeable trait. However, things that are pretty unchangeable in adulthood are things like personality. You don't see people's personalities change all that much, despite personality being only about 50% heritable. Why is that? Well, you see, the thing is, for BMI, most people don't really vary much in environment. Most people spend their whole lives eating similar amounts of food, or the variance in food is mostly due to genetic factors. There's not really much environmental variance, which means almost all of the variance is due to genetics. And even then, a lot of the changes people get from exercise are due to people who have a genetic propensity towards exercise. And the same thing is a similar kind of reverse is true of personality. Most of your environmental impacts on personality are due to childhood. In adulthood, you can't really choose to change it. It's kind of cemented, even though it's not very genetic. And naturally, BMI does have some component that is truly genetic and not changeable by effort. Like, I'm always going to have small bones, so I'm always going to weigh a little less. And some people have larger bones and are going to weigh more. It's not going to be this super huge difference, but it affects it. And I think a lot of people misinterpret the fact that high heritability doesn't mean it actually comes down to the proteins you synthesize directly influencing that trait. Some of it acts through personality or through or through even very minor changes in the proteins you do produce. But because there's no environmental variance, most of the variance is genetic. Thank you for watching.